This video brought to you by Demicatio, available now on Amazon. Hey, you ready?
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Ready for adventure?
Go!
For centuries, different factions battled in petty wars and border conflicts until in 2E 896, Tiber Septim crushed all those who opposed him and took control, proclaiming himself as emperor. Sounds like a douche. See, now 492 years after Tiber Septim took control and kept the peace, the land of Arena, also known as Tamriel, has a new threat. The Emperor, Uriel Septim VII, celebrates his 43rd birthday, but jealous hearts desire the throne and plot his downfall.
As you do.
It is said that hope flies on death's wings. Prepare then, for as the Elder Scrolls foretold, it will be here that your adventure begins. Yeah, so this is Elder Scrolls 1.
Released in a past year to some unknown computer systems. And
you mean 1994?
It would completely... I was barely even a man at that point.
I was 4 years old.
Yeah, it's not exactly...
I didn't even know what the Elder Scrolls was until sometime after 3 came out.
The best way to put The Elder Scrolls 1 is a janky, yet lovable experience. It's very relaxing.
Technically speaking, I didn't know what the Elder Scrolls was until after I'd already played Oblivion. Because I didn't realize that it was a series. I thought Oblivion was just its own game.
A lot of people thought the same thing. In the same way that a lot of people didn't know Fallout was a thing until after they played Fallout 3.
Yeah, but unlike Fallout, the first 2 Elder Scrolls games actually were made by Bethesda.
Right.
Yeah, so Elder Scrolls 1 is very unique in the series. As far as I know, it is the only game in the series where you can travel to every province in Tamriel. I mean, I don't even think Elder Scrolls Online lets you do that.
I mean, it cheats, but it still lets you do it. I mean, it's cheating, though.
Yeah, but yeah, Elder Scrolls Arena, pretty much every province is the same.
Yeah, it's identical.
And the races don't all look like they do today.
No.
Especially the Argonians and the Khajiit.
They are very different.
Yeah, well, we'll just get into the game and you can see for yourself just how crazy this is. Uriel Septim IV, Emperor of Tamriel, stands with Talon, leader of the Imperial Guard. That's a typo, it's supposed to be 7th. They have been summoned by Jaeger Thorn, Imperial Battle Mage of the Empire, on rumors of treachery. The Emperor is betrayed. I don't know who those people are.
No, I don't know either.
And transported to a dimension of Thorn's choosing.
Because he couldn't just kill them, you know.
After months of preparation, Jaeger Thorn takes the throne.
Why did it take months?
Rhea Silmain, once Thorn's apprentice, is captured before she can warn the Elder Council of the Imperial Battle Mage's treachery. Manipulating the essence of magic, Thorn prepares to take the true Emperor's place as ruler of the known land. The Imperial Wizard wastes no time in gathering his servants. This goes by really fast.
It does.
And turning them into twisted counterparts of the Emperor's Guard.
Literally a super generic and kind of boring plot, to be honest.
Well, to summarize, Jaeger Thorn is this power-hungry wizard who banished the Emperor and his guards to another dimension, and not only did he use magic to take the Emperor's place, disguising himself as the Emperor and keeping people from realizing the truth, he also transformed a whole bunch of demons into guards in disguise.
But seriously, Septim's, line is really susceptible to being, completely just killed out of nowhere. That keeps happening all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. It's amazing they can even keep power like they do.
Yeah, and the reason I know Jaeger Thorn is pronounced that way, is thanks to the intro cutscene for the Elder Scrolls Battlespire, which not many people have played.
Understandably.
Yeah, but this is, unfortunately the only game he appears in, because he's the only, quote, main villain that any game in the series has.
Well, excluding maybe the expansion pack for Elder Scrolls 4.
Well, that's an expansion pack, though.
But it is a standalone story, and it does have a main villain, so that somewhat counts. And you could say that the same thing for Elder Scrolls 5, being that it's...
oh, you mean Alduin?
Yeah, Alduin is pretty much the main villain of that story.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Alright, so how do you wish to select your class? Well, you can generate one, or you can select an existing one.
Generation is pretty funny. They actually give you a questionnaire to fill out to determine what you want to do.
Yeah, and when you get your result, you can just choose to ignore what they tell you to be.
Yeah, completely referencing what you can do in Fallout 3 with that. It's like the same thing.
We might as well do it just to show
Yeah,
it off.
we're gonna do it.
It's pretty fun anyway. 10 questions shall be asked that will determine the path of your destiny. You are at weapons practice with Arms Master Festal. He is very old now, but takes his teaching very seriously. In fact, you have heard him comment that it is all he has left in life. Today, he has ceaselessly taunted you at every mistake. Finally, he asks you to attack him with the same technique you just did in an effort to show you the proper execution. Do you A. do the technique just fast enough so that he can block it, knowing that it's more important to allow the master to retain dignity regardless of your personal feelings? B. Attack him at full speed, knowing that you could probably score the hit and justify his unfair treatment of you by showing the class that you were actually doing it right? Or C. Refuse and leave practice, unable to compromise your anger with his dignity and realizing that whatever course you choose would cause you to lose respect for either him or for yourself.
And they are interesting choices, too. It's not just black and white choices. But it basically comes down to being, like, you know, kind of a nice guy, sort of, like, out for yourself a little bit, and then the third one's sort of like, fuck you. Just like, you know.
Well, each of these three choices corresponds to one of the three major class constellations, which are Fighter, Mage, and Thief.
It doesn't really matter too much for this example, so you can go with whatever.
I mean, what do you want to do?
C, probably.
C?
Yep.
Okay, well, I can't really make out... Oh, I can, actually. So that was the Mage answer.
Okay.
Just quitting. Because mages suck.
Apparently they do.
Arms Master Festal, during a lesson of strategy, remarks, "The best victory is to completely and totally humiliate your opponent." He then turns to you and asks if you agree with him. You know the Arms Master has been in numerous life and death conflicts and has the experience of a seasoned warrior. Do you A. agree with his remark, knowing that at this moment your experience is not enough to justify any stance, but total agreement with whatever your Arms Master says, a man who has dedicated his life to strategy? B. Disagree with his remark, reasoning that it must be some type of test and that the truth will only come from opposition with his opinion and not sheep-like agreement. And C. Refuse to answer the question, choosing to withhold an opinion until you have more experience and can converse in the subject in an intelligent manner with him.
I mean, B makes the most sense to me. I don't know how you feel about
Just
it.
disagree with him.
Yeah, well, I mean, why wouldn't you?
Right. That was apparently the Thief answer. Practicing alone, you develop a new fighting style you were very excited about. When you mention it to Arms Master Festal, he tells you it would never work in practical combat. Do you...
Wow, this Festal guy just seems kind of like an annoying dude to deal with.
Yeah. A. Use the new style in the middle of a class spar. When it works, Festal will be forced to admit its practicality or give a reason for not accepting it. B. Keep asking Festal questions about it, focusing on the details of the form to find his objection. Eventually, he will have to give a more specific criticism. That sounds like the Mage answer.
Yeah.
And C. Accept his word without question. Arms Master Festal has been fighting since your grandfather's day. He knows a flawed style when he sees it, and it's better not to waste his or your time asking why.
You know, I'll never go with an answer that says not to ask questions. Yeah.
Yep, Mage answer. Arms Master Festal is relating the story of a... Oh my god!
Yeah, it's all about Festal. Yeah.
Is relating the story of a great king he knew in a faraway land whose inventors created a wondrous balloon of such size it could transport dozens of people through the air to any place they chose. If you were this king, he asks you, how would you use this remarkable balloon? Would you A. Explore regions previously impossible or extremely dangerous to visit by land? B. Keep the balloon a secret, saving it for surprise attacks or defense in a time of war? Or C. Commission the inventor to create dozens of these balloons in hopes of making a travel system across your realm that will speed up transportation and the exchange of ideas.
If I had to guess what each one was, I mean, the C is probably the Mage answer.
Yeah, definitely.
The secret one is probably the Thief answer.
B.
Yeah, and A is probably the Warrior answer.
Unfortunately, I do like the answer C best.
I do like C as well.
Oh no, that was the Warrior answer?
Help giving other people opportunity is Warrior? Okay.
Entering town, you find that you are witness to a very well-dressed man running from a crowd. He screams to you for help. The crowd behind him seems very angry. Do you A. rush to the man's aid immediately despite your lack of knowledge of the circumstances? B. Rush to the town's aid immediately despite your lack of knowledge of the circumstances. Or C. Stand aside and allow the man and mob to pass, realizing it's probably best not to get involved.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
C sounds like the thief answer.
Probably. I don't know. I guess help the town, I guess?
Thief answer.
Okay.
Just out for yourself, going with the crowd. You hear Arms Master Vestal remark during weapons class, the intent of your opponent can be seen in his blade. Many of the students scoff at this, though not openly. A. Feel that the disrespect the students show at this points to something which they do not understand, and therefore causes you to focus your efforts on understanding it all the more. B. Feel that he means the way the opponent attacks and moves shows you how he feels. Or C. Realize that Arms Master Vestal should not be the object of scorn, but rather one of respect, for he has lived a full life and survived things none of the students could imagine.
Old people are cool. I don't know. I guess... I don't know.
This questionnaire brought to you by Arms Master Vestal, who is both handsome and cute. A. Thief answer. Your father and you are returning from the town market when you see a small boy running from a store. In his hands, he clutches a loaf of bread. Behind him races the baker with a cleaver in his hands. You know that the boy must be hungry, but the town is suffering from a drought which has made food valuable. Do you A. Side with justice and urge your father to stop the boy? B. Help the poor waif?
Waif. What the heck's a waif?
I don't know. By running into the baker's way? Or C. Stand out of the way and wait to see what your father decides, trusting his experience.
I guess be a good guy, or whichever you want to do. You're gonna say B, so do it, yeah.
Thief answer.
Why is that thief? I guess because you helped a thief? Is that the idea? Like, I don't really view that as being like...
I don't know. The town has a lottery in which the winning chit?
I have no idea.
Is called. You look in shock as the winning chit number matches your own. Before you can say anything, another family walks forward. You have seen them before and know that they are extremely poor. Your family, on the other hand, is very well off and could do without the 100 gold piece prize. Do you A. Say nothing and allow the other family to claim the prize? B. Stand and show your chit, knowing that the prize is rightfully yours? Or C. Stand and show your chit and offer to split the prize in half with the other family?
Yeah, split it. I don't see anything wrong with splitting it.
Mage answer. What's with the mage being the middle ground for everything?
I don't know.
Your mother asks you to help fix the stove. While you are working, a very hot pipe slips its moorings and falls toward her. Do you A. Push your mother out of the way? B. Grab the hot pipe and try to push it out of the way? Or C. Position yourself between the pipe and your mother? Well, the safest answer would probably be to just push the mother out of the way.
Yeah, that would be the easiest way.
Mage answer. On a clear day, you chance upon a strange animal, its leg trapped in a hunter's claw snare. Judging from the bleeding, it will not survive long. Do you A. Draw your dagger, mercifully ending its life with a single thrust? B. Do not interfere in the natural evolution of events, but rather take the opportunity to learn more about a strange animal that you've never seen before?
Mage answer.
Yep. Or C. Use herbs from your pack to put it to sleep, then free it from the claw snare and take it somewhere where it can be safe, knowing that in doing so you will probably deprive a hunter and his family of sustenance.
What's up with that answer? Seriously, just screw somebody over for no reason. Yeah, so I don't like answer C. I don't like doing that. So, so kill it or let it go. I guess it's up to you. Probably just kill it would be the easiest thing to do.
That's the warrior answer.
Of course.
Thou wouldst survive longest as a knife
Of
blade.
course.
Wilt thou accept this as thy destiny?
Every time I do this, I always get frickin' Nightblade.
Yeah. Or battle mage for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the available classes. Acrobat, Archer, Assassin, Barbarian, Bard, Battle Mage, Burglar, Healer, Knight, Mage, Monk, Nightblade, Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer, and Spell Sword, and Thief and Warrior.
Yeah, and honestly, it doesn't really matter too much for our sake.
The thing about most of these classes is that there's almost no difference between most of them.
Yeah.
Some of them start with higher or lower stats and certain attributes, some of them start with different equipment, some of them start with different spells.
Yeah, so anything is really viable. What do you think would be the most fun?
Well, let's go take a look at uesp.net, which is the unofficial Elder Scrolls pages? Is that what it stands for?
I have no idea.
But this is the site.
It is pages, yeah.
Unofficial Elder Scrolls pages. This is the site I always go to for help with any Elder Scrolls games. Oh wait, what about Bard?
Ooh, Bard?
1% critical strike.
Yeah.
Spell points
Based
equal
on,
to 50% lockpick.
Kite and oh yeah, that's perfect.
All these different weapons.
Uh-huh.
D10 hit points and average leveling speed.
Does it have access to spells?
Sure, it has spell points. They're able to perform many tasks, including but not limited to critical strikes, weapon skill, picking lockpicks, and magic.
There you go. Yeah, so there they all go. Okay. So just like in D&D, I guess, I can do everything. Yeah, if you want to have an equivalent time going through, like not equivalent time, but a, you know, even run through the game, that'd probably be the easiest way to do it. Yeah, that sounds good. D10 hit points too.
Okay, it looks like we're being a bard.
Yep.
What will be thy name, Bard? Okay, so we had to choose...
Bardish. Come on, that's a good one.
I was going to say... We had to choose a gender and race combination before we choose a name, because I don't think we can change it later.
Oh yeah, but we don't know the benefits of the races either, do we?
We can just look it up.
Let's do it.
Those of you who are familiar with the Elder Scrolls series know about the 9 provinces and the 9 player races that live among them. There's the Breton of High Rock, the Red Guard of Hammerfell, the Nords of Skyrim, the Dark Elves of Morrowind or the Dunmer, the Argonians of Black Marsh, Imperials of the Imperial Province, later known as Cyrodiil, the Khajiit of Elsewhere, the Wood Elves of Valenwood or the Bosmer, and the Altmer or the High Elves of Somerset Isle.
Yeah, so just play as an elf, because they're all elves, except for the Argonians and Khajiit.
Well, they're not all elves. The Breton are half-elf. The Nords are not elves. I mean, the Nords are probably the closest you'll get to a regular human, as well as the Red Guard, which are black humans.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and orcs weren't playable back then either, because they were enemies only, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, orcs don't really have their own homeland that really exists anymore.
Usually the Argonians can breathe underwater, have resistance to poison. The Red Guards are super powerful but can't do magic very well. The Nords are like super physical focused.
Khajiit, which are not cat people in this game.
No. I would say the immunity to paralysis would probably save us more than just an overall bonus to archery. So probably high elves, I think.
High elves?
Yeah.
Okay, what gender?
I mean, you probably want to do girl, right?
I do.
Then we can do that.
Your preference.
We can do that, that's fine.
Arisana.
Mm-hmm.
Where dost thou hail, Arisana the Bard?
Which would be from...
Somerset Isle.
Somerset Isle, yeah.
Then thou would be known as the Bard Arisana, who would call Somerset, land of the High Elves, her home. Go ye now in peace. Let thy fate be written in the Elder Scrolls that are already written and cannot be read.
Right.
This was before I think they had a lot of the lore thought up.
Okay, we start with...
12 bonus points. Let's go figure out exactly what all the stats actually do.
It doesn't really matter.
Strength, melee damage, maximum fatigue, jump distance, and maximum carry weight. Intelligence, maximum spell points, negotiating skills and buying or selling, chances of picking open a lock.
Yeah, so we got high that.
So intelligence is for lock picking.
Does it even say like what our lock picking chance is? It doesn't. So I don't even know what that is.
Willpower, resistance to enemy spells, and negotiation. Agility, hit chance in combat, resistance to physical damage, dodge chance, chance of picking open a lock, so agility does it too.
And stealing.
And stealing.
Speed is movement speed and attack. Speed of range attacks. Probably want some of that too.
Probably be focusing a lot of points on speed. Endurance, max health, amount of health regained per hour when resting.
Yes.
That's important.
We want our endurance is our lowest stat. Let's put all our points into endurance.
Poison and disease resistance, and maximum fatigue.
No, we're gonna put all our points in endurance. All of them.
Personality only affects negotiation.
Yeah, who cares? Personality will never raise, yeah.
And luck. Chance to hit or parry, chance of a shopkeeper accepting an offer, which is bollocks, because there's an easy way to get a great deal every time.
Right.
Chance of picking locks and or pockets, the amount of gold found in treasure piles.
We're gonna get our money through other ways.
Actually, that's a really good one.
But we got other methods. But yes, all points into endurance right now. Seriously, that's gonna do us so much good to have that much endurance. I like how even our spread is. We have kind of even stats all the way around.
Yeah. And just so you know, we will be munchkining a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because the way this game works is similar to older D&D editions, where when you level, you do get bonus points, but the amount you get is rolled.
Yeah, so we'll be saving and loading to get the most points that we can hope to. Because honestly, there's no reason not to do that.
There's no reason it shouldn't just be the maximum possible value every time anyway.
It should be, what it should be is a set value per what class you're playing.
Well, yeah.
But it's not like that.
Or, you know, like what Fallout does, based on one of your other stats.
Right. But they didn't do it that way, so whatever. There's probably a mod for it somewhere. If anyone actually mods Elder Scrolls 1. Oh, you can re-roll?
You can re-roll?
Ooh. Do we want to re-roll? Maybe try for higher endurance naturally?
What do we want to dump? Personality, definitely.
We don't want personality. Luck isn't going to do us much good either, unless you just want to have some of it.
Luck, having good luck is okay.
Okay.
So we want to dump personality, high endurance, and everything else pretty equal.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's perfect. Oh, that is a nice spread. I like that.
Everything is really average, though.
Well, we got no negatives in anything, right?
I suppose that's true.
Yeah. And we have more health and more fatigue than we did before. So...
Thou wilt now choose thy appearance. Thy face canst be altered by clicking thy face.
You can change thy face by clicking thy face. You have a very ugly face, so please change it. Kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah.
No. Well, it's not bad, but...
Her hair looks like it was made of cotton.
Yeah. That's not too bad. Wow, that looks like a guy. Whoa, well, look up at the neck there. Holy crap. Yeah, the one we saw there was pretty good. Which one was it? That one?
This one?
Yeah, we like that one, yeah.
Yeah.